Namasté. We feel some kind of way, something about. We say we love, we really love. See you, we care. Please be yourself while you're here. That's exactly what keeps me coming back. Here at Namasté, we feel some kind of way, something about. Say we love, we really love. We see you, we care. Please be yourself while you're here. That's exactly what keeps me coming back. We got one more good one left in us, huh? Here at Namasté, we feel some kind of way, something about. We say we love, we really love. We see you, we care. Please be yourself while you're here. That's exactly what. That's exactly what. That's exactly what keeps me coming back.
Wow. Amazing music team. Absolutely. Welcome, welcome. Good afternoon, everyone. Glad you can join us online or here in our beautiful space. If you are new, we are so glad you are here with us. And for those of you who keep coming, welcome back. We are a radically welcoming community. We believe all paths lead to an awakening. We are here collectively revealing that love is the nature of who we already are. You should have received a prayer card when you walked in. If you need one and you didn't receive one, just raise your hand and one will be brought to you by one of our welcome team. If you want your prayers included in the practitioner prayers this week, please fill out the card. There is a prayer card box in the entryway, and you can drop it in there on your way out. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to talk about and read together who we are. And I'm going to ask you to read this with me. I honor the place in you in which the entire universe dwells. I honor the place in you which is love, truth, light, and peace. When you are in that place in you, and I am in that place in me, we recognize that we are one. Namaste. I'm going to now turn it over to our music team.
Please feel free to stand as we sing, yeah. Take a look at the person next to you. Say, I recognize the God in you. Feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together. We come together. We come together. In the name of love. We come together. We come together. We come together. In the name of love. Ooh. Take a look at the person next to you. Say, God loves me and I love you too. Yes, I do. Feel the love in the sanctuary. Ah, lift your voice and repeat after yes.
Every walk of life, every creed and color, in kinship we unite, yeah. In honor of the God in each other, we come together.
We come together.
We come together.
We come together. Woo. Take a look at the person next to you. Say namaste, I bow to you.
Namaste, I bow to you.
Feel the love in the sanctuary. Ah, lift your voice and repeat after Des.
We come together.
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 In the name of love, we come together.
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 In the name of love, it's in the name of love. It's in the name of love. Yes.
Thank you, our amazing music team. Don't they just give us so much? Oh my goodness sakes. I'm Valerie Day. I'm a practitioner here at Namasté, and I am delighted to invite Winda, who is holding the light, bringing the light, to just bring up our light. This is our time at the beginning of our service where we just have this ritual of just beginning and honoring and recognizing the light. So as she's bringing up our candle to light it, just take a moment to connect with the light that you are, the light that we are, the light that this space is. As we just acknowledge that lighting of the candle as we just open up the circle of our service.
This little light of mine, you can sing with us. I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Yes, you are. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine.
Beautiful, beautiful. And now let us read our affirmation together. There is only one life. This life is God's life. This life is perfect. This life is my life now. And I love this one, so I always like us to do it twice. So let's just do it one more time. There is only one life. This life is God's life. This life is perfect. This life is my life now. And let us pray. So we just exhale and arrive and receive and acknowledge that one life, that one infinite intelligence in all, as all, through all. The I am that I am, the I am that we are. We just rest in thee this day, just opening up our service, just opening up this container of light and love and energy. And we just speak a word of blessing on our precious Jesse, who has said yes to just allowing Spirit to speak through him and as him. We know that his words fall on our open hearts and minds, and that we are each nourished in exactly the way that we individually and collectively need. We know that this gathering of this unique configuration of souls is lifting the vibration of our planet this day just by us showing up here and saying yes to love ourselves and love each other. Our world is a better place. So we just give thanks for that. We just give thanks for the beautiful music, for the fellowship, for the friendship, for the wisdom and the I am that we are. We just rest in thee, rest in thee, rest in thee. And so it is, and so I let it be. Amen. And now I would like to invite up Lori Winterroad, who is going to tell you about all the fun things that are going on. So pay attention because we wouldn't want you to miss out on anything.
Hi, everybody. So, let's see. Before I tell you all the exciting things that are going on, take a look around. We have a few faces in the room today you may never have met before or may not have seen for a long time. So stand up, say hi, and when the music stops, come on back. So if you will join me, we've been working on our new collaboration vision statement, and it's up for you. So say it with me, please. Through mindful and respectful exploration, we are creating a healthier foundation that supports a whole beloved community, equipped to launch new strategies for a thriving spiritual center. Coming soon. So for this week and next week, we still have what do we do for how we operate in this belief. We awaken to a new truth in our lives. We realize how that truth has played out in our lives. We take our new knowledge and transform our lives. And then we repeat this process in our lives in new ways. And our power statements, read with me. We are a place of connection, healing, and unity. We are Namasté, and this stuff works. So just touching on this, read your newsletter if you have been wondering what all's going on and trying to stay current with the events. Our exploration team has been very busy. The two centers have been busy. We have one newsletter now, so make sure that you are getting that newsletter. I believe it reads Waves of Joy. So it's a combined newsletter. That will be your most current information. It's more current than Facebook or our websites right now for both centers. So, what's coming up this week? Summer solstice, and it's exciting. Wednesday at 6:15, and where would you want to be in the summertime? Outside. So the Circle is excited to host a summer solstice celebration at Gum Grove Park in Seal Beach on Wednesday, June the 21st at 6:15. Everybody's welcome. Practitioners Valerie Day and Carol Ann Perini are creating a festive gathering honoring the longest day of the year and the beginning of summer. This is your personal invitation to join us, and you look very summery, Valerie. Join us for this celebratory gathering and register on Eventbrite because that's very important. There won't be any on-the-spot registrations. You want to register ahead of time on that. And Valerie's here, so if you have questions, talk to Valerie today before you leave. Time to talk. Eileen C. Davis is there. So at Seal Beach, Monday, June the 26th. So after next week's service, the following Monday, if you want to talk about everything, anything that's going on with our changes going on in our community, Eileen is going to be hosting that, yes, at 2 p.m. on Zoom. You can talk with Eileen. Oh, sorry, my bad. In person at Seal Beach. Yes, okay, sorry about that. Monday, 2 p.m. Not tomorrow, Monday a week from now. The Saturday morning book club, 4th Saturdays each month. So that's next Saturday on Zoom, and still working with Richard Rohr and Breathing Underwater. So you can join that one. That is a Zoom, not in person. And make note, next Sunday, everybody online, in person here, next Sunday, our working title for it is Ritual Sunday at 4:30. It is our last service in this building, in this location as Namasté. So we'll be honoring all the traditions, all of our Namasté rich history and people, and would really like you to be here. And there'll be a special little celebration to follow, so stick around and please be a part of that if you can. We'd love to have everybody. And Reverend Bobby will be back from vacation. She'll be the speaker. So next Sunday, not next Sunday, next Sunday's ritual. After that, July the 2nd, big. That's our first Sunday as our new collaborative community in our new location at our new time. So 11 o'clock to 12:15 is the service, and then after that we have the grill and chill. So we'll have a special ritual to honor our new beginnings as the new combined community, and then following a grill and chill, sign-ups are outside in the narthex, and we need more. More food is always better food, and all contributions will be welcome for that. Let's see. You can also chat with Eileen about volunteering service for that event in addition to food. Okay. Visioning. So many things. Visioning for our beloved community is going on also Wednesday, July the 5th. So we have our first new celebration in our new service environment and a new collaborative community. And then on Wednesday, July the 5th, we have visioning for that new beloved community. So that will be hosted by Reverend Veronica on Zoom, and we can bring forward highest expression of our new center through the powerful practice of visioning. And meditation. This is nothing new. This is something that goes on every morning, weekdays at 7 a.m. on Zoom, or you can call in. A number of ways to be supported during the week. Daily spiritual practice. Jumpstart your weekday morning. Join our practitioners at 7 a.m. for prayer, support, and connection. Call in or Zoom. Information is, I would recommend using the link in your newsletter. It might still be accurate on the website, but best link, most current, is in the newsletter. The Safe Place is on hiatus at the moment, and stay tuned. There will be more to come on that at a later time. Last, thank yous. So last week, big thank yous to Lavinia Thomas, who filled in on percussion while Des was gone. Thank you, if you're watching. And to Jackie Williams Pearson for backup vocals to support Lena. For Reverend Veronica and her awesome talk on balancing grief and joy. And last, I do have an announcement that, in case you haven't heard, I want to make sure everybody is in the know. I need to read this so I get it right. This past Tuesday, June 13th, the Namasté Board of Trustees received an email from Susan Kalloch titled The Importance of Self-Care. In it, Susan wrote of her difficult decision to step down as Namasté Board President and member of the exploration team. She concluded by saying, and I quote, "I am in gratitude for the opportunity to not only lead, but also for my own personal growth on this journey. Thank you to each and every one of you for your support, your love, and your friendship. Susan added for sharing today, I quote, "I know that Spirit is the creative force behind all. It is in, as, and through leadership as it leads this community to the threshold of unification to create something new and amazing. I encourage you to participate, to take ownership, find your place, leave your mark." End quote. The Board of Trustees met briefly on Thursday evening and is reviewing our bylaws to determine what steps must be taken as a result of this new vacancy created by our honored, beloved board member and president. I encourage our communities and individual support of Susan and her family, congruent with your hearts and our beliefs. Thank you.
And we take this time to bring ourselves into that sacred space and meditate, contemplate, or just be still as we do the sacred song. When I forget that we are one, and I regret things that I've done, I go within my heart and soul. I start again, knowing I'm whole. God is right here where I am. I am right where I should be, as I fill my mind with peace. I feel it washing over me. Oh, God is right here where I am, flowing in and out through me. In this moment, I am free. When things go wrong and my way is dark, and when I lose my song and life breaks my heart, I go within my heart and soul. I start again, knowing I'm whole. God is right here where I am. I am right where I should be, as I fill my mind with peace. I feel it washing over me. Oh, God is right here where I am, flowing in and out through me. In this moment, I am free. In this moment, I am free. Oh, I am.
beautiful space that has been so lovingly prepared for us, just take a few moments with me in the stillness. God is right here where I am. God is right here where I am. God is right here where I am. Just let that wash over you. In and out and through and around and over and under. God is, I am. Yes, yes, just let that wash over you. Wash over you. Going within my heart and soul, I know I am whole. God is right where I am. God is right where I am. In this moment, I am free. In this moment, I am free. Thank you for just taking a few moments with me in the silence as we contemplate that beautiful song. Good afternoon, everyone. Happy Father's Day. Today, our topic is pleasure and how it connects to self-care. But before we delve into that, I wanted to just take a few moments to honor my father. First off, I'm named after my dad. He's Val Jean Day, and I'm Valerie Jean Day. And there were just a few things as I was kind of preparing today, thinking about my dad. And at a really young age, I experienced his protection. Got to experience what a protector he is. And we went camping a lot as kids or hiking. And I remember one particular day where we were still out on our hike and we had a long ways to go. And my parents wanted us to get back before dark. And I think my brothers went ahead. And next thing you know, they're coming back. And there's sort of this like terror on their faces. And there was a rattlesnake on the trail. And this left such a huge impression on me because my dad went and was the protector. And while I feel uncomfortable saying he killed the rattlesnake, as I'm like, now as I've evolved, but he killed the rattlesnake for us. He protected us. And then he cut off those rattles and put them in his pocket. And while we were walking, my mom's like, Val, like, you know, kept hearing the rattlesnake. So that was one thing. My dad's the protector. And then he taught me to ride a bike. And I can still picture that maroon Schwinn bicycle, two-wheel, where he's pushing me off, and he believed that I could do it even when I couldn't. And I can see him and all the neighbors cheering. And I, to this day, being on a bicycle is one of my happy places. And then he taught me to ski, and for many years we skied together, and that brought both of us joy. And I think the most important lesson that he taught me was asking the question, what would love do? One day, my brother, my dad, and I were going to pick up a table that some friends were giving to me, their kitchen table. They were ready to get a new one, and they were giving it to me. And, my brother and I were bickering and fighting like siblings do. And my dad, in all of his, I don't know the right word, but just all his dadliness, and all of his dadliness and all of his wiseness, looks and says to us, what would love do? And we're like, whatever. Like, I don't even think we heard it, or even processed it, but it's a gift that he left me with, is what would love do? So I just say thanks to my dad for being my protector and my teacher and leading me by example and for giving me so much love and taking us on vacations and teaching us that you don't have to have a lot of money to have fun or to go on vacation. And so on to our topic for today, pleasure and its role in self-care. When we think about pleasure, our minds, or at least my mind, right off the bat goes right to food and sex. And right, it's so funny that we're talking about pleasure on Father's Day because we're really all a byproduct of that physical pleasure, right? If we weren't, wired for pleasure as human beings, none of us would be here. So, that's sort of like you think, how do we connect Father's Day and pleasure? Well, there you go. That's how we do it. So, while food and sex are undoubtedly pleasurable experiences, it's crucial to recognize that pleasure extends beyond the external. There is a world of internal pleasure available to us if we take the time to indulge in them. Consider the joy of stopping to smell the roses. The simple act of indulging our senses by observing the beauty around us, the vibrant colors of a sunset, the soothing sounds of birds chirping, or the waves crashing on the shore, or the awe-inspiring sight of a sunrise or a moonrise. They're all examples of the simple pleasures that bring an immense joy. In our fast-paced lives, we often overlook the moments of pleasure. We prioritize productivity and achievement, forgetting to pause and relish the simple joys that surround us. But it's in these moments that the pleasure that we can truly find self-care and nourishment for our souls. Moreover, as we celebrate Father's Day today, let us remember that divine essence, that infinite presence is present in these simple pleasures. The oneness that connects all of creation desires us to experience joy and find fulfillment in the everyday moments of life. Just as love delights in seeing happiness, so does the divine essence rejoice in our enjoyment of the world it has created. So how can we incorporate pleasure and self-care into our daily lives? It starts with awareness and intentionality. Make a conscious effort to seek out and embrace these moments of joy. Take time to pause and savor the small wonders around you. Prioritize self-care not only for your physical well-being, but also for your emotional and spiritual health. To experience total pleasure, there has to be calmness and peace within your mind. Calmness and peace cannot be attained in a mind filled with turbulence, anger, and irritation. These emotions must be kept in check for you to experience the feeling of pleasure. These emotions, to experience the benefits of pleasure, rule number one is you must be pleasant. Being pleasant opens your mind, body, and spirit to experience the beautiful and wholesome feelings that are essential for your well-being. Blossoming these pleasant feelings might not be possible with vindictiveness and a closed mind. A calm, pure, peaceful, and comforting mind is the type of mind that can obtain the pleasure to have an awesome life experience. So I invite you to consider integrating regular meditation into your routine, allowing yourself to be fully present and open up to the pleasures that surround you. As we celebrate Father's Day, let us also recognize the roles of fathers in nurturing and guiding their children's lives. Fathers embody the qualities of love, care, and protection, just as the divine essence does for us. Take this day to honor and appreciate the fathers in our lives. Whether you have a good relationship with your father or not, you might have a father that's in your family of choice. So we just honor those people that have provided us that guidance and protection. So may we continually seek out and relish simple pleasures, knowing that in doing so we honor ourselves, our Creator, and the fathers who have shaped our lives. Thank you, and happy Father's Day. And so it is.
Thank you, Valerie. Someone told me long ago, there's a calm before the storm. I know it's been coming for some time now. When it's over, so they say, it'll rain a sunny day. I know, shining down like water. 'Cause I wanna know, have you ever seen the rain? 'Cause I wanna know, have you ever seen the rain coming down on a sunny day? Yesterday and days before, sun is cold and rain is hot. I know it's been that way for all my time. Said forever on it goes, through the circles fast and slow. And I know it can't stop, I wonder. Oh yeah, 'cause I wanna know, have you ever seen the rain? Yes, I wanna know, have you ever seen the rain coming down on a sunny day? Oh yeah, I wanna know, have you ever seen the rain? 'Cause I wanna know, have you ever seen the rain coming down on a sunny day? Oh, it's coming down on a sunny day.
Aren't they amazing? Yeah, like shout it out to them. Wow, I'm kind of speechless. That's not good when you have to come up and speak that you're speechless. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Jesse Keeler. I am one of your practitioners here at Namasté, and I'm also a ministerial student. And I have the great honor of having an opportunity to speak with you today. So as Valerie mentioned, and I think Valerie gave the talk, so today's topic is pleasure. Self-care supports us all. Learn about the gratifying role pleasure plays in self-care. Now, sometimes when you get a talk, you're like, yeah! And sometimes you get a talk and you're like, what? Me? I'm supposed to talk about pleasure? You've got to be kidding. Do you know what my life has been like lately? Really? A colleague of mine said, time just seems to be whooshing by. Anybody else got that feeling like time's just been whooshing? It's just like, really? It's the middle of June already? And just as I get one task done, there's another thing to do. It's just, and I keep thinking one more last task to do, and it's just one more last task to do. It just keeps coming. Do you hear me? Yeah, you relate to that? So let's see where we can go with this whole pleasure talk. So with this self-care, we've had some really great talks this month about self-care, some really deep talks. And what I've really taken away from this is that it's important that I take care of myself, that I make sure that my cup is filling up so that I have something that I can offer, that I can give to others. And so since I had to think about pleasure, what I was thinking about is that pleasure seems really fleeting to me, unlike happiness and joy, which have this endurance to them. And yet pleasure is so related to joy and happiness. It's kind of like this condensed version that just explodes like a lightning, illuminates everything just for a moment. And what came to mind when I thought about pleasure was night blooming jasmine. And being on a walk in the evening and just being overcome with the fragrance of night blooming jasmine. And then just being in that moment and just feeling so delicious and good. And then it's fleeting, it's gone. It's like, and that I want more of that. Give me some more of that scent, that fragrance. And the more that I seek it, the more elusive that it becomes. I first learned to appreciate pleasure when I was in my darkest time in my life. It's really the moment when I had to come to a reckoning and decide that I was going to explore my spiritual self. And I didn't know what that meant. I knew that there's a spiritual self. I'd always thought that, but I had to do something because my physical life was so miserable at the time. And I think back then, my introduction to New Thought came through Wayne Dyer and Abraham Hicks. And the one suggestion I read from them was to look for the things that make you happy. Look for those pleasures. And the simple pleasures. I remember walking into my job, which was like getting up and going to hell every day. I walk in the door and the smell of coffee. One of my co-workers had taken the time to brew a fresh pot of coffee. And at the time I didn't drink coffee, but I loved the smell of coffee. And at that moment I was like, wow, a moment of pleasure. And a moment where I said, thank you. Thank you for this moment. And that's when I really bringing those two things together. Pleasure with gratitude allows that pleasurable moment to just expand. That's what I learned from that. So you just take this moment and that is so fleeting, that's elusive, and as I built the gratitude with it, I coupled it with gratitude, it just grew. And it became, in our teaching, what we say is, what you are looking at, where your attention is, you see more of that. You experience more of that. So the more I was in appreciation for those small pleasures in my world, those small happinesses, the more there were to see. There was the blue sky and the clouds. And I could be grateful that I have eyes to see. And I can see color, and that there's this beautiful world that I exist in. So you can see by weaving pleasure and gratitude together, you can take that moment and allow it to expand throughout your life. Now, we live in a world where there's a lot of external pulls. I mean, we have pleasure cruises that you can buy and go on, right? All sorts of things like that. But what I've come to find is that it's those simple things in life that are the greatest of pleasures because they're available to me right here and right now. I'm not saying don't go by the cruise and go on the cruise and enjoy it, because certainly you should do that. Actually, Ernest Holmes talks about don't deny yourself those pleasures. But it's the small things that count. And you can say that some of the benefits from enjoying the pleasures of life, where the self-care comes into that, is that when you're in a state of pleasure, your body, you just feel it have ease. You just feel it relax into the moment, and you connect with this deeper sense of who you are, this deeper sense of that God self. So what I want you to do right now is I want you to just join me for a moment. And you don't have to close your eyes, just kind of settle in a little bit. But in this moment, where's your pleasure? Find something to be pleasurable about. It might be the light coming through the stained glass windows. It might be our beautiful musicians. It might be that you're sitting next to somebody that you really love. It might be these beautiful quilts. Just take a moment and just find something in this moment that you appreciate, that gives you pleasure. All right, everybody got something? Yes? You don't have to raise your hand, but if you're so inclined, you can raise your hand. Does anybody want to share something that they found pleasurable? Sure.
I love my water in my water bottle because it's from my grandson's baseball team.
Awesome, awesome. Who else has got something that they find? All right.
Nature, the sun, the flowers, and people coming together.
Wow. So the beautiful light and the flowers and yes. Who else has got something? I saw a hand over here.
I appreciate everybody in this congregation.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. What you got, Diane?
Donna, yeah. I love being in my yard and feeding my birds and just watching my birds. I saw a little sparrow this afternoon just like rolling around in the dirt. I never saw a sparrow rolling around in the dirt. Maybe a dog or a pig. Not a sparrow. It was so cute.
Thanks, Donna. So, you've got one? You want to share it?
I love that I'm sitting here next to my friend of 39 years.
Wow. I love that you're sitting next to your friend of 39 years. Congratulations. Wow, that's beautiful. So in that state, take that thing that's in your consciousness, move it into your heart space, and I want you to feel the gratitude you have for that pleasure. Okay? And together, let's say thank you. On the count of 3. You ready? 1, 2, 3. Thank you. Oh, come on, let's try it again. Let's make sure that Spirit Source out in the cosmos can hear this. On the count of 3, thank you. 1, 2, 3. Thank you. There you go. For sure, Source heard that. So I just want to tie this back to, I mentioned Ernest Holmes, and if you're not familiar with Ernest Holmes, he is the founder. He wrote the book, The Science of the Mind, and what we call the textbook. He is the founder of our teaching here. And he wrote in the last century, so keep that in mind when I read this quote, because I'm sure if Ernest were alive today, his language might be a little bit different. So he's still using like he and him, and so I was going through the Science of Mind book, looking for the textbook, looking for what did Ernest have to say about pleasure. And he says this several times throughout the Science of Mind. As Jesus said, "Fear not, little flock, It is your Father's good pleasure to give you the kingdom. It is the Father's good pleasure to give us the kingdom. We should learn how to receive and use it. So I had to sneak in Father, right? Because it's Father's Day. I got Father snuck in there, right? But when he's talking about Father, of course, he's talking about God. And if that language is maybe making you a little uncomfortable, feel that you can substitute source or life or however you, the God of your understanding. So I just want to unpack this phrase a little bit. So, fear not, little flock. What is he saying? What I hear him saying is, don't let fear get in the way of manifesting your vision of the life you know is possible. And when he said, it's your Father's good pleasure to give you the kingdom, the way I would interpret that is, it is the source of life's goodness that wants to experience the fullness of love, joy, freedom, and abundance through you, as you. And what about that last line in there? We should learn how to receive and use it. That's probably the biggest thing there. So accept the gift and use it to the best and highest good of all. So if I put it together, it's don't let fear get in the way of manifesting your vision of the life you know is possible. It is the source of life's goodness that wants to experience the fullness of love, joy, freedom, and abundance through you, as you. So accept the gift and use it to the best and highest good of all. There's two other things that it's, as I said, Ernest Wright puts that in the Science of Mind in several places. And he talks about two things that are really important for us to be aware of. Is let go of fear. That our fear gets in our way. It gets in our way of connecting with our God. So, and nothing, he says nothing in all caps, nothing can keep you from the love of God. It's your birthright. Take that with you. That love of the God of your understanding is your birthright. And then he also talks about freedom and the importance of humans have free will. We have choice. It is your choice. Throughout this life, you have choices that you can make. And I wanted to talk about freedom in here as well, because tomorrow's a very special holiday. It's America's second Independence Day. It's Juneteenth. If you don't know what Juneteenth is, please go do a little bit of Googling about it. On June 19th of 1865, Union troops arrived in Galveston, Texas, with the news that they shared with more than 250,000 enslaved black people in the state of Texas, that they were free. Now, mind you, 1865 is more than 2 years after the Emancipation Proclamation. So finally, these people were free. And what Ernest said about freedom is freedom of will means the ability to do, say, and think as one wishes, to express life as one personally desires, to be able merely to think and dream of freedom would not be liberty. So remember that. We have free will, but it is through that freedom we have to, it's not just in our minds, we have to take action. You with me on this? Yeah. All right. So, I've got something for you. I got your self-care action for the week. You ready? You ready? Yeah. All right. Got 3 parts here. So during this week, take a moment to pause for a moment and ask yourself, What makes me happy? What brings me pleasure right now? And when you've got that, give gratitude for that pleasure, for that moment. Pause, think about what brings you pleasure and happiness, and then give gratitude for it. And then go about your day, go about it again, all right? So I want to thank you very much, my beloved, my unified, beloved community. Thank you for sharing this time with me. It's a great honor to be here. Blessings to all of you. And with that, it's all yours.
You can join us, you can stand. I got my mind set on you. 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 But it's gonna take a money, a whole lot of spending money. It's gonna take plenty of money to do it right, child. It's gonna take your time, a whole lot of precious time. It's gonna take patience and time to do it, 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 to do it right, child. I got my mind set on you. 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 And this time I know it's for real. The feelings that I feel, I know if I put my mind to it, I know that I really can do it. I got my mind set on you, set on you. I got my mind set on you, set on you. But it's gonna take a money, a whole lot of spending money. It's gonna take plenty of money to do it right, child. It's gonna take your time, a whole lot of precious time. It's gonna take patience and time to do it, 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 to do it right, child. I got my mind set on you. 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 And this time I know it's for real. The pleasure feelings that I feel, yeah. I know if I put my mind to it, I know that I really can do it. And it's gonna take a money, a whole lot of spending money, yeah. It's gonna take plenty of money to do it right, child. But it's gonna take a time, a whole lot of precious time. It's gonna take patience and time to do it, 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 to do it right, child. Set on you, set on you. Again. Set on you, set on you, set on you, set on you.
Yeah. One more time, just give it up for them and all this awesomeness. So, speaking of money and taking lots of money, you know what time that is? this special time of giving. And this time of giving is, I know sometimes it's a little uncomfortable to talk about tithing and giving and reaching into your pocket, but it helps. It helps get musicians and cameras and spaces that we can operate and share the love in and congregate in. So there are many ways that you can give. You can see them probably better up here. You've got Venmo and Give Plus. You can go straight to the website, PayPal, and there's also a basket that you can share your gift in. So thank you. Thank you for sharing that. And what I'd like to do right now is if you have an offering, and even if you've done your tithing online, why don't you put your hand over your heart and feel that gift that you're given. And together, let's say this offering prayer. Today, I allow the divine radiance within me to shine forth. I open my heart, and the light of Spirit pours into my surroundings, blesses me, blesses others, and blesses the world. We affirm this as true, and so it is. Thank you. I think the next thing I want to do is say thank you. There's a lot of thanks you used to do, yeah? Yeah. Des is like, yes, thank you, Des. Thank you, Lena and Lorenzo. Thank you so much for all you give to us. I wake, does anybody else wake up in the morning singing some of these songs? Yeah, I do too. Just so you know, I carry with you all through the week.
Nice.
Thank you from Matt on the streaming back there. Our beloved Valerie Day.
Yeah.
Love, beauty, humor, a little naughty talk at the same time. Thank you so much. Lori Winterob, thank you very much for your service. Debbie Ann Volks, I know that you've been here today helping out, so I want to thank you. Our welcoming team. I want to just, these are the people that when you walk in the door, they greet you. There's Cheryl and Eileen and Diane, and I know I'm missing somebody here. But I want to thank you very much for all that you do, because it's a big deal. They come in early, they get here early on a Sunday afternoon and set everything up so that when you come in, you feel welcome. You feel like this is your home. And I want to just, I know that it was mentioned that Susan Kaluk is stepping down from the board. I just want to thank her for her service as well. So yes. Yes. And, Wenda is back there. She's been holding vigil. She lit the candle for us. And I want to say thank you to Wenda. And I want to thank you, just so you know that the Seal Beach folks, practitioners have been kind of helping us out here at Namasté. I know that we are the unified beloved community now, but the Seal Beach practitioners, it's really a pleasure to come together with you, and thank you for helping to support us as we kind of go into this new realm. Yeah. So, all right. You ready for the benediction? I think that's the next thing. Yeah. She knows the order of service better than I do. I don't. All right. Pretend. If you are able to stand, please do. Barely stretch those legs. So you ready for this? So Reverend Bobby's on vacation, a well-earned vacation. So let's make sure that she hears this wherever she is on vacation. Right now, she's going like, yep, I can hear this. You got it? You with me? All right. So what's happening right now? Something wonderful is happening through me right now. And what is it? It is this thing called life. And where is this thing called life? Life is in my mind. Life is in my body. Life is all that I am. Life is all that we are. And what do we do with this thing called life? I accept it. I am it. I share it with all. Yeah. And how do we do that? Just the way it appears. And is that the only way we do it? No. How else do we do it? Just the way it appears not? All right, so ground yourself, wiggle your toes in your shoes, get the wiggles out and feel that energy starting up from the soles of your feet, rising up through your whole body. Because right now, we're gonna give some gratitude and make sure they hear it way out in the universe. Absolutely, Reverend Bobby hears us. And what are we saying? Thank you, Lord.
When the walls come tumbling down, I choose joy, joy. When the world stops spinning around, I still choose joy, I choose joy. When my heart's too hard to move, and when the music it lost its groove, when I feel like when I realize I have too much to prove, oh, I choose joy.
In this moment right here, I choose joy. What do I choose?
I choose joy.
That's right. For ones that I hold dear, I choose joy. Tell me what I choose.
I choose joy.
Ooh, to be who I must be, for the light to shine in me, for everybody to be free. Yeah, I choose joy. What do I choose? That's right, sing it with me now. Joy, 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 joy. I choose joy. Yes, I do. Say it again. Joy, 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 joy. I choose joy. One more time, yeah. Joy, 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 joy. I choose joy. Sing it again, yeah. Joy, 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 joy. Last time, here we go, yeah. Joy, 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 joy.
I don't know about you, but I choose in the midst of it all, in the face of everything, oh, I choose joy, joy. I choose
Have a wonderful week, unified, beloved community. Thank you. Have a great week.